Hello and welcome back to Around the Block. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to another episode with some big fixtures coming up. We've got both legs of the Belarusian Cup semi-finals against Islok. That is going to be very exciting as a place in the final is at stake. And then wedged in between those two games, we have got the big derby game against Vitebsk coming up. Still can't say that name properly, but I love saying Vitebsk, so I'm sticking with that. Now, obviously, last time we had that big dramatic turnaround against BGU in the Cup quarterfinals, and then after that, we had that first league game of the season, which I was going to do off camera, which I decided to do off camera in the end, basically, and we won that game 1-0, which was a fantastic start to the season. A 1-0 victory there against them, with Marco scoring a penalty. And what was even better about that was we had to massively rotate the side, because after those two Cup games, our players were knackered. They were really knackered. We had no Moses, we had no Kilman, we had no Tamello, we had no wingers essentially. We had to play attacking midfielders instead in the winger positions. We had to go more attacking. We played a different formation, as you can see from the formation there and there behind my head. So we had to do things very differently in this game, and to still win it in our first game in the new season in a higher division, I was really pleased. On the flip side, Rook aren't predicted to do very well this season, but that is a positive, I'm going to say. That is a positive. So we look at the Belarusian Highest League, and we have a quick look at the season preview. We're predicted to come 15th. As a newly promoted side, 15th is where we're predicted to come. Rook, 14th. Now, you may not think a 1-0 victory against them is particularly impressive, but if they're predicted to come 14th and we beat them, that's what we have to be doing. We have to be beating the teams around us. So, the teams from 10th downwards, we've got to be beating these teams if we don't want to be in the bottom four come the end of the season. Because bottom two, automatic relegation, 13th, 14th, relegation playoffs. We have to finish 12th or above. And I think that is what we can do. And beating teams like Rook, teams that are meant to be down there, is some way to going to achieve that. So personally, I was very, very pleased with that one. And it has given me a little bit of motivation to stay in the Belarusian Highest League this season. Now, last episode, you saw me apply for a job with a Serbian club, and they have rejected me. They didn't shortlist me, but I think they've offended me. I think this is offensive, but they've tried to make it positive. But let's see what you guys think. Despite opting against shortlisting you due to the strength of other candidates, the board would like to place on record that they feel you would have been an acceptable fit for the club's somewhat scaled back vision for the future. So they're saying that better people came, we're not offering you a job. But they're also saying because they haven't got a very good club vision, or they don't expect to do very well, they thought I'd fit quite well in that because they don't think I'm a very good manager. I think that's what they're saying. So I'm actually quite offended by that. So actually, I'm quite glad I didn't get the job there. But I think essentially what we're going to do is stick out the season with Naftan, I have decided. Because whilst I'm getting itchy feet and wanting to leave the club, we are very, very close to the end of the season for most other leagues around Europe, okay? We're in April, most leagues will finish around the May time and things like that. So they won't be sacking managers, essentially. They'll be getting their managers in for summer or trying to keep them over summer to have a good start to the season. So there really aren't that many jobs available, I've got to say. Not that many, and ones that actually we could apply for 2-star and below in terms of reputation, not that many. So the season starts up for them back in August, September sort of time, and our division finishes in November. So by the time our league finishes, that's when clubs start to sack their managers, and that's probably the best time for us to start looking for another job. So we are going to try and stick out the season with Naftan and see how we do in this division. The division itself is actually pretty good in European reputation rankings, so that's going to help our reputation out massively as well. So a good showing here this season. One more season here, I think, will do us the world of good to get a better job down the line. So you've heard it on record here. Unless something amazing comes up, we are going to be sticking at Naftan for a vast majority of this season. As part of that, we want to be winning the cup, or getting as far as possible to the cup final as we possibly can do. Today's game against Islok is coming up first, and because they're a decent side, they are predicted to come 7th in the league this season. If we go back to that season preview, Islok 7th, yes, so they're a much better side than us, so we have to be at our very best to beat them today. And to beat at our very best, we need likes on the video. 150 likes on today's video, and I'm pretty sure we can beat them. I'm sure that's how it works. Maybe not, but we'll give it a go. Anyway, Sakovic starts in goal as per usual, with Borisov and Crazy actually retaining their places in the centre-back partnerships today. I thought we'd give them both a go, with Ivanov, who is actually pretty much our only left-back. We need to probably get another one, but the transfer window's closed, so we probably need to get one in summer at some point to get back up to Ivanov at left-back. But Galinsky is starting at right-back for us today. Kilman is back from his sort of mini injury that he had, so he starts on the left-hand side alongside Denisov and Shitygel in that midfield partnership. And Dmitry Binchov starts on the right-hand side as Moses has picked up his injury. He's still out for a couple of days or so and cannot play in today's fixture. Marco, the guy in on loan from Hajduk Split, starts in that attacking midfield position in behind Farago, who scored his first goal of the season last time out in yesterday's episode. That's the team for this first leg. I reckon we can do it. Come on, lads. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today, and we've done it. We've done it pretty much. We've beaten teams better than us throughout this entire cup run. Apart from the first round, I think we had a team lower than us, but since then, every team has been better than us, and we've beaten them. And now we're at the semi-finals. All we've got to do is beat one more team better than us, and we've booked our ticket into the cup final. Right now, we're doing a very good job of that. 35 minutes into this game, no highlights whatsoever. So we're defending very well, all right? And actually, it's pretty even. Apart from possession, where they are dominating us, it is pretty even, I've got to say. No highlights in that first half. That's fine by me. If we can just finish this leg off 0-0, that would be great. Take them to our place, and we win at our place. That's the philosophy I'm going for right now. If we can just sort of see this game out very nicely, I'm happy with that. A 0-0 draw would suit me right down to the ground, if I'm honest with you, and it's going that way. 60 minutes on the clock, not a single highlight yet. And I'm very reluctant to change things because we've got to change some things because Kilman and Binchov are looking quite tired out there. There is a highlight, though. Free kick for Islok, which they've put in the back of a net. Shitty Gel missed a header, it said there. You hate to see that from the boy, Shitty Gel. He does miss a header. He misses it quite badly, to be fair, as you can see there. So the less about the better. It's not your fault, Shitty Gel, whatsoever. Again, though, 1-0 down isn't the worst place to be. We've got no replacements for Kilman or Binchov right now because, of course, everyone else on the wings are injured right now, so we can't really do anything about that, which is a shame. Farago, though, on a 6.4 rating, not great. We're going to bring on the replacement for him, who's also in on loan, but I cannot pronounce his name. Vasilovic. Actually, that's not hard, is it, at all? Vasilovic. We'll call him that for now, at least. I'm probably wrong, but we'll call him that. As well as, potentially, Shitty Gel on a 6.1 rating, bringing on the midfielder that we can't... So many names I can't pronounce, but we'll bring him on as well for the final 15 minutes or so. Let's say get creative out there. If we can just sneak a goal at the end of this game, that would be quite good. But losing it 1-0, that's not too bad. We had a 1-goal deficit last time in the quarterfinals, and we overcame that and got through to the semi-finals. So a 1-0 loss, that's not bad. That's not too bad, is it, really, in the grand scheme of things? We'll take that going forward and hopefully turn it around in the second leg. I am very glad we aren't in the other semi-final or just either playing Dynamo Minsk or Bate, because I think they would batter us. I think having Islok is the best possible opportunity for us, because I think Dynamo Minsk won the title last season in our division, and Bate are pretty much the best team in Belarus. So I'm quite glad we didn't get either of those sides. We've got the best chance against Islok, and hopefully we can turn it around against them in a week's time. But in the meantime, Vitebsk are coming up. Again, though, we do need to rest the players because games are coming thick and fast, and these boys just aren't ready for it. They're just not ready for it, so we have to keep resting them. The assistant manager literally wants me to change every single person, including the goalkeeper. What's wrong with Sakovic? He's not injured, is he? I don't really quite see... Because Davinsky's good, but he's not Sakovic good yet. So I'm a little bit confused by that. I'm not going to trust my assistant manager, I don't think. I think he's on something. For me, changes are needed. Binchov is very much in need of a change, to be fair. Moses isn't ready yet, though. That's the issue. And we haven't really got anyone else to bring on. Can Vasilovic play there? Not really. Not really, can he? So Binchov will have to stay on there for now, and we might have to take Abademi off the bench and just put Moses on there and swap them over at some point just for some damage limitation. We might take Crazy off at centre-back and bring on some guy that I can't pronounce. Krutter. I think I'm just going to rename him, aren't I? Just set the nickname to Krill or Kirill, whatever he's called. In fact, I'm just going to call him Krill because that just seems so much easier to say, and I can actually say that, and I can actually say Krill is on the pitch or something like that. That's easier. So Krill will start at centre-back alongside Borisov, but no other changes at the back. Kilman's tired, but again, Tomelo actually nearly back to the point where let's put him on the bench as well. Instead of instead of Gompy, let's put Tamello on the bench, and we might be able to swap him and Kilman over at some point. But everyone else looks okay to me. So we'll start that team anyway and just hope for the best. Right then, kickoff is upon us for the second time in today's episode, as Vitebsk look to come forward early on and they score within 2 minutes. It's less than ideal start. That's what it is. It's a less than ideal start. It's a good cross, to be fair. And, I mean, Denisov, I don't know what you're doing there, really. He just sort of jumped around a little bit, nowhere near the ball. And, well, it wasn't great, was it? We've now got a free kick, which Borisov is taking. And nearly scores from, actually. I didn't realise Borisov had a decent free kick on him, but clearly he does. No rest for Vitebsk, though, as they're looking to launch a bit of a counter-attack, although it goes straight through to Galinsky, which is absolutely fine by me, as he comes down this right-hand side of the pitch, looking to put a ball in towards the middle, but gets tackled in the process, and now Vitebsk have the ball straight back in their hands and can build out from the back with a nice attack down the right-hand side for them. As they look to break down there, no one really challenging him there at all, as they get it back a bit more centrally, as again they come forward, can put a cross in the middle at some point maybe, or shoot from distance. They've got it over to the left-hand side really quickly, which is very impressive, and nearly scored from it all. Nearly scored from it all. We need to be better than that. Luckily, we're not Slavia, who are now 2-0 down in their game. We're only 1-0 down in our game, so that's not too bad. We can accept that a little bit. What is quite frustrating, though, is we're actually ahead in the stats right now. We've had more shots, we've had more possession, we've had more everything, but we have just given away a penalty, which doesn't help at all, really, does it? That's not something you want to do, and they've scored it as well. So, despite us, well, level on shots now, but ahead in other stats, which very narrowly ahead in other stats. It's probably not even worth mentioning, that's how close it is really, but 2-0 down in a game where I don't think we deserve to be 2-0 down. May I point out the Vitebsk formation of everyone defends apart from one player. It's working out well for them, to be fair. I'll give them that. It is working very well for them right now. And because of that, they are 2-0 up at half-time, which is what I wish we were right now. Aggressively, I expect to see a much better showing from you in the second half. Oh, and that's starting off brilliantly well, as Krill has been sent off. Lovely. What we might do then, in that regard, is bring Binchov in at centre-back, but obviously take him off the pitch for Crazy. And then Kilman, who has to go off at some point, will go into the middle of the pitch. If we can get that third centre midfielder, please. There we go. Finally, Kilman is going to come off for a guy that I can't pronounce, into the middle of the park there. And then that seems okay, doesn't it? We've got a bit more defensive, a bit more shape, and we can sort of hold back. We don't have to bring on injured players on the right and left wing to try and just save other players. We can sort of give them a proper rest now, and they can all be fit for the next game, which is great. That's what we need. In the meantime, though, Vitebsk are probably going to go and score another goal, although good challenge from Denisov, who hoofs it up to no one, which is not very good at all. As their number 3 to put a ball into the middle. Is someone going to put a ball in the middle for them? They're a bit too far back for that, I suppose, actually, although they've got a great ball forward to number 4, who nearly scores a third goal for them. What I am very pleased with, though, is the attendance. It just flashed up on the screen for us right then as Shitty Gel puts that ball over the bar. We might see it in a second. 1,791 people turning up for this game. This is a big rivalry game. It's a derby day, apparently, so that's why so many fans are here. But it's great to see so many of them actually turning up, because that's going to do some wonders for the finances, and hopefully I'll be able to ask for a coaching course very soon. As Galinsky coming down this right-hand side, puts it in towards Shitty Gel. Shitty Gel in towards a guy I can't pronounce. Shitty Gel back to the guy I can't pronounce, who gets tackled, and now they've had a man sent off. Surely that's a red card for them. Brilliant. Borisov with a free kick, float it in the middle. Shitty Gel scores a goal. Shitty Gel is the captain. He's the man. I love him so much. We're taking him with us. You know, we were such a big loss for Naftan, and when we leave the club, because they not only lose us, they'll lose Shitty Gel as well, because I'm taking him with me. What a play he's turned out to be, and scoring a vital goal there. Come on, lads. Show some passion. Let's go a bit more attacking. They've not been playing a striker now, Vitebsk. So really, we could probably just afford to take Denisov off the pitch, play 2 midfielders, all right, and get this guy on as another striker and push, really push. They're going defensive. They're defending this for all their might. Let's go very attacking. Can we say anything else? Yeah, let's say get creative. Let's push for this draw, lads. Push for the draw. Come on, do it. I believe in you. Oh, you can't do it, can you? They couldn't quite do it. It was close, though. It was close. Vitebsk get the win, despite the odds being in our favour. So I'm quite pleased with how we've played. Just defensively, we're a little bit shaky. But, you know what? I think we can be happy with that overall. I'm going to go calmly. Putting the result aside, that was a pleasing performance. People look happy. They look happy, so that's okay. Again, though, not long now before the next game. I think we've got 3 or 4 days off. So, again, we're going to go back here, down to those players and say, we're training rest for 1 day. I'm going to ask for a coaching course, and I genuinely might resign if the board say no, all right? We've got £75,000 in the bank. This will not break the bank, me doing a coaching course, lads. Start a coaching course. Please let me do one. We're not doing it. So tempted. So tempted. Because they've let other coaches go on coaching courses. Other ones have done it. Why? Assistant managers on one right now, I think. So why can't I? God, I can't do it just yet. I can't do it just yet. Or can I? Can I do it now? No, I can't. It will be a little bit of a waste of time if I can't do a single coaching course here at NAFDAN, because I do need to do one. I've not got any coaching badges yet, officially, and that will hold me back. Now, some of my attributes are increasing. Man management's up to 5 now, motivating up to 5 as well. Things are improving, but a coaching course would help. Anyway, the final game in today's episode against E12, the second leg of the cup fixture is coming up, and I think we should have players like Tomelo, we should have Moses back in the squad, which will give us a big lift. So as we head into the game, Krill is obviously suspended, so he will come off for the guy with Hug in his name, Zahug. We'll call Huggier. We'll call him that. Tomelo on the pitch for Kilman. Let's give that a go. And then also Moses on for Dimitri Binchov. Let's give that a go as well. I want to give those guys a chance to show their worth, but everyone else looked kind of fit enough to play. And I think that kind of is the best starting lineup we've got. So we're going to stick with it. All right, we'll stick with it for now and see how it goes. Let's submit that team. All we've got to do is just get to extra time and then maybe penalties or win by 2 clear goals. That's all we've got to do. All right, then kickoff is upon us here today. Big fixture coming up. E12 look to be going quite attacking with their formation with the 4-2-3-1 as they've come very close to scoring in the 10th minute there. The 4-2-3-1. This is a prime chance for us to catch them on the counter-attack and things like that. Get creative out there, lads. 20 minutes into the game. We want to just keep momentum going. We want to keep I don't know what we want to keep doing, if I'm honest with you. We just need to do something and then keep doing it well. So that's what we need to do, is Denisov into Ivanov, into Moses, and Moses on his first game back to the club scores the opening goal of the game. Now that was superb. That's what we need to keep doing, all right? That's what we need to keep doing. We're back on level terms in aggregate, and if we can just keep going, keep doing what we're doing, get another goal. I mean, just saying keep doing what we're doing isn't going to help you guys at all watching this. It's not going to help the players because they don't know what we're doing in the first place, I don't think, really. So it's just reassuring in my head more than anything else that we're doing okay. But if we can take them through to extra time and penalties, I'm backing us. I'd back us all the way. As a good save there from Sakovic. Quickly, you've wasted the time now. They had all their players in our half then, pretty much. And we had loads of players through. That's a great ball through to Farrago, and he's nearly made that pay off, to be fair, Farrago. Very nearly made that pay off. That was close. But we have managed to get to half-time, 1-0 up. And that is a very good position to be in, okay? Very good position to be in. Passionately, I'm pleased how things are going. Keep it up. Everyone's happy with that, which is great to see. First highlight of the second half comes towards us as Marco on the ball in towards Tomelo. Tomelo into Denisov. Denisov across to Moses, the goal scorer, who's in the area, shoots and puts that just over. But it's a nice, promising start to this second half. I'm going to say it again, we have to keep going. That's all we have to do. 65 minutes on the clock now, and we're in control of a tie. Massively in control of... We're not in control of a tie. That's E12. E12? E12. It's probably not how you say it, because I'm saying lock as in like Scottish lock. 10 minutes ago, where's that suddenly gone? All right, where's that suddenly gone? Thing is, I feel like we just keep the team together right now. We make our changes in extra time, and that's when we use the extra mobility, the extra fitness to help us out. So extra time coming up now. Passionately, I know a lot of you are keen to avenge what happened last time we played against them a couple of weeks ago, and everyone's motivated by that, which is great to see. Moses and Borisov, not so much. But we may look to make changes very shortly. Thing is, I think Moses and Tomelo are probably two of the best penalty takers that we've got. So I kind of want to keep them on the pitch, despite them being very, very tired now. I don't really want to take anyone off, if I'm honest with you. And if I do, it's a centre-back for a striker, which we might do right at the end of the game for better penalties. But they're playing well right now. This is the thing. I don't want to upset this rhythm or the balance of the squad. But as the clock ticks down and we go towards penalties, I am going to bring on some better penalty takers. Okay? I am. In fact, can we go to penalties here? Can we see how good people are? So yeah, we've got some guys on the bench who are pretty decent at penalty taking. Like, I say that. There's no one that's massively good, but we need to bring on the other striker, definitely. To be fair, there aren't actually many other players that are good at taking penalties other than him. So we might bring him on for our left back, who's terrible at penalties. That kind of makes sense to me. And to be fair, Binchov hasn't got great attributes for penalties, but he's better than our right back, isn't he? Better than our right back. So I feel like we bring him on instead, maybe, for that. So on comes Binchov for the right back. On comes that striker for the left back. I mean, hopefully, in the next 30 seconds or so, they don't go and score some goals. But we do have some better penalty takers on the pitch right now, which is great to see. Assistant manager don't auto pick actually. Let's get rid of all of this. I'll do it myself because I trust me, okay? Marco up first. He's got second best penalties after Dennis Farrago because he's better like that. Then Marco, then that other striker because he's got good finishing and composure. Maybe not the best penalty taking, but there we go. Borisov after that. And then it's got to be not Binchov, Denisov because he's got better composure. Then Binchov. Then this guy, and then we'll just sort of keep going like this. And to be fair, Tomelo and Moses don't have great penalty-taking attributes, which I'm surprised by, if I'm honest with you. But there we go. That's the starting penalty list. We're taking it at this end of the screen. And Farrago steps up first. We'll do this as well in director cam. There we go. Farrago stepping up to take this bottom corner. You love to see it. I'd rather look at it the other way round, actually. So we'll change this again. We want... what do we want? TV? Don't want TV. We want... That'll do. Vertical scrolling. That looks okay. We can get a good angle there of penalties in 3D. Come on, then. This guy steps up, scores. You hate to see it. Marco stepping up now, the young attacking midfielder, to put us in the lead. Does. Great. Fantastic. Bottom corner, good penalty taking there. And now it's Islok, which I'm not too pleased with. Taking up to set their penalty. They've put in the back bottom corner. Sakovic should have done better there, really, I feel. Now it's Vasevic, who's stepping up to take his penalty. I've said his name completely wrong there. But he scores as well. So we're still in this. Still in it. As Islok look to take their third penalty now. Come on, Sakovic. Come on, Sakovic. I believe in you. I do. And that's two penalties he should have saved, in my opinion. Borisov to take our fourth penalty. This is where I get nervous now. Luckily for us, Borisov has put that straight down the middle. And now Islok to take their fourth penalty. We need to save this, or them to miss it. How Sakovic, he's having a mare. He should have saved 3 penalties as Denisov to keep us in the shootout. He scored. Thank goodness he scored. Denisov scores this. Right, Sakovic, it's all up to you now, Sakovic. All up to you. You should have saved 3 penalties by now, but you haven't. Definitely 2, maybe 3, but definitely 2, I'm going to say, you should have saved. Okay, Islok stepping up for their 5th penalty, hopefully their final one, which, anticlimactic that. Come on, Dmitry Binchov then. Don't fail me now, Binchov. I've put my faith in you, and he's put that in. That's a great penalty, to be fair. Well done, Dmitry Binchov. And again, we've got to wait for this dramatic walk-on now for Sakovic and their striker, which I'm not a fan of, because it builds the tension, and then they'll score the goal, and then it's like, what was the point in all of that, isn't it? What was the point in all of that? But, Sakovic, you should have saved some more penalties than you have done. You haven't saved any yet, actually, so I'm not sure what I'm saying. You should have saved more than you have done. And he's getting worse. He is getting worse with the penalty saving. Hugir is now stepping up, and I'm nervous about this. And it's been saved. Oh, no, it's been saved. That's not what you want to see at all. And I'm losing confidence in Sakovic as well now. Losing confidence in him. I think Islock are going to win this one, unfortunately, lads. I think they are. They step up. Sakovic, please, lad. Can't do it. And we lose the semi-final on penalties. Well, I've got to say, we had a great run. We had a great run, putting the result aside. That was a pleasing performance and a fantastic run through to the semi-finals of the Cup. It wasn't quite to be. Hopefully, Bate in the final absolutely batter Islock, because if they win it now, I'll be really upset considering how close we were to getting through to the final. The downside of all of that is that Ivanov has somehow picked up an injury in there, which I didn't realise. A stubbed... Right, 2 weeks out with a stubbed toe. Are you made of glass or something like that? I get a stubbed toe and I'm out for like 5 minutes. It hurts like hell for 5 minutes, but you're fine after that. 8 to 11 days. So I suppose we need to get on with things. We've had 2 episodes and only 6 games into this season, so we need to get on with it a little bit. And I feel we go through to Dynamo Brest and Bate next episode. Arguably the 2 best clubs in the division. So we'll go and see us get pounded in those games, I think, rather than see us have some dramatic wins. I think that'll be quite interesting to see, you know, the best that Belarus has to offer in those 2 fixtures. So that is that for tonight's episode. So that is that for tonight's episode. Obviously, very disappointed to lose the way we did in the penalty shootout, but sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them, and this time, unfortunately, we lost it. But we'll come back stronger next time, which will be fantastic. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Have a good one. Goodbye.